There is no denying that Tesla is expanding extremely fast, just as Elon Musk wants it to happen. After rolling out car production at its newly minted Gigafactory Shanghai in China back in 2019, the automaker quickly started constructing two new factories, one in Austin, Texas, and another in Berlin, Germany. While these two new facilities are yet to start the mass production of cars, most Tesla vehicles, including Tesla Model S, Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model X, and Tesla Model Y, are still being built at the company's original facility in Fremont, California. Due to space constraints and change in production designs, Tesla started building its EVs just outside its Fremont plant's main facility under a sprung structure that's referred to as General Assembly GA4. This was something that attracted criticism and all sorts of jokes, but it did not deter the automaker from building cars in a tent in order to accommodate the rapid changes in production needs and ramp up the production. Being one of Tesla's most difficult times, the company did not make GA4 a permanent production line, but proceeded to install yet another tent, which it dubbed GA4.5 line. The GA4.5 production line has been home to the all-electric crossover production and possibly some Model 3s as well since February of 2020. The Model Ys, which Tesla has been producing at Fremont factory, resemble the Model 3 sedans. Both vehicles feature horizontal 15-inch touchscreen and panoramic roof, similar to their larger Model X all-electric SUV. However, the Model Y has a slightly higher profile, making it a compact SUV. Now, Tesla's planning for an insane expansion of its Model Y production lines, according to the filings submitted to the City of Fremont. Other than expanding the production lines, the company plans to make GA4.5 into a permanent structure by adding another 64,000 square foot structure to the Fremont factory. The application also includes plans to implement foundations and install underground utilities under GA4.5. Details in the recently submitted filings match the past permit filings when the automaker wanted to expand its GA4.5 by 64,000 square feet. In July, Tesla officially started making GA4.5 a permanent structure by initiating foundational work for the spring structure and installing underground sewer connections for plumbing. Considering the most recent filings, it means that the automaker is essentially seeking to make GA4.5 a permanent addition to the Fremont facility, complete with plumbing and electricity. It is important to clarify that permanent might not directly imply that the automaker will continue to utilize the Model Y production line in a tent forever. It does mean, however, that the company will be building cars in a tent for an indefinite period of time. Now that GA4.5 lines have almost become permanent, it appears that the automaker is exploring plans to increase the production capacity of these lines specifically. The permits filed with Fremont reference 4.5 expansion, along with other filings such as GA4.5 battery marriage tool improvement and GA4.5 south expansion shell and utilities. The Silicon Valley automaker has been making big strides towards improving GA4.5, especially as demand for its EVs has undergone an upsurge over the past few years. At the moment, the company is struggling to keep up with the growing demand, and it's using its only operational facility in Fremont, which currently produces 500,000 Model 3 and Model Y units per year, according to recent reports. Because the two vehicles are Tesla's most popular products, the company is getting closer to beginning its production at its Giga Texas and Giga Berlin, the company's first European production plant. In the meantime, Tesla exports Model Y crossovers built at its Gigafactory Shanghai to European countries. Tesla's CEO Elon Musk has also previously mentioned that Tesla plans to relieve some of the congestion of its Fremont facility by shifting both Eastern and U.S.-based Model 3 and Model Y production to Gigafactory Texas once the facility starts its operations. This should also help the company meet the EV demand just as Gigafactory Shanghai is producing cars for both domestic sales in China and exports to foreign markets. The company also appears to be seeking for an edge over the ongoing global semiconductor shortages by making its own silicon chips in-house. However, the battery cell bottleneck has pushed the projected deliveries of some vehicles way back, not to mention all of the supply chain disruptions brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite being overwhelmed by too much demand for its vehicles, Tesla has effectively continued to dominate the electric vehicle market across the globe, with the Model Y crossover being one of the biggest contributors to the cause. Meanwhile, Tesla also seems to have achieved another milestone with its Supercharger Network. Reports from local media outlets in China suggest that the company has successfully completed the construction of its Supercharger V3 factory, which has an annual capacity of 10,000 V3 stalls. It is impressive because a fully completed facility would likely speed up the automaker's ramp of its EV charging stations. In addition, with the company's expectations to unlock its Supercharger network to other brands around the end of the year, there is a need for the company to ensure a steady supply of rapid charging stalls and avoid overcrowding at its already existing charging stations. This is where the Tesla Supercharger V3 factory in Shanghai, China comes into play. Currently, the company operates over 27,000 superchargers with approximately 3,000 charging stalls worldwide. Tesla China alone boasts over 900 Tesla supercharging stations and 7,000 stalls across the country. While these figures seem small compared to the number of gas stations across the globe, Tesla China's Supercharger network already stands as an impressive piece of infrastructure in the world's largest electric vehicle market. An expanded charging network is expected to boost the automaker's sales by making consumers feel more confident in purchasing and driving Tesla cars. According to Tesla, its V3 superchargers come with a built-in liquid coolant system, which ensures they don't overheat and catch fire. At charging speeds of 250 kilowatts, these higher capacity stations are capable of adding up to 100 miles of range in 5 minutes. Considering a stop at the gas station is easily a 5-minute ordeal, Tesla's 250 kilowatt superchargers effectively rival the convenience factor. Moreover, given the impressive output of the Shanghai Supercharger V3 plant, the number of Tesla's existing rapid chargers could grow quickly, surpassing that of gas stations today. Since Tesla's already exporting made-in-China Tesla Model Ys and Model 3 vehicles to other markets, we assume that the company will do the same with its supercharging stalls. Interestingly enough, Tesla's Supercharger V3 factory in Shanghai that's now operational is a relatively small plant compared to Tesla's Gigafactory Shanghai and other facilities. It only covers approximately 54,000 square feet, which is over 3 times smaller than the Cato Road facility in California. The battery production facility sits on an area of approximately 180,000 square feet. Therefore, it is quite impressive that the automaker is able to manufacture 10,000 V3 250 kilowatt superchargers from such a compact space. Ramping up the manufacturing efforts of the Supercharger network is in Tesla's best interests, as it's now planning to break into new markets like the pickup and Class 8 segments, as well as launch a cheaper standard range version of the crossover. All this would require a robust charging network that's more important than ever. It's expected that it will build more dedicated Supercharger V3 factories in the near future. However, considering that the V3 factory was built near the Gigafactory that builds the all-electric Model 3 sedan and Model Y compact all-electric SUV for the Chinese market, it would not be surprising if the automaker also starts integrating similar factories in some of its other manufacturing sites. Giga Austin, Texas and Giga Berlin in Germany would likely be frontrunners for such an initiative, as they would certainly spare the space for a facility that could also churn out 10,000 or even more Supercharger V3 units a year. With regards to opening the Supercharger network to non-Tesla drivers, the company is reportedly developing a dynamic pricing approach that will factor in the charging power output, energy dispensed, and peak-off, peak-on hours. However, Mr. Musk has previously confirmed that Tesla is not intending to make its Supercharger network a major profit center. Only time will tell how competitive Tesla advanced superchargers will be and how they will transform the overall charging market. Make sure to check out one of the videos shown on your screen right now. We post videos daily, so feel free to subscribe and stay up to date on all the most recent news and updates.